Okay, Mr. Ho. So here I'm going to explain to you how to install the SDK so that you can do the testing. So first of all, plug in the hardware into the USB port. After you plug in, open up the folder. The folder comprised of many files. So the very first file that you need to install is the driver for the USB driver basically. So just double click on this install. Alright, so wait a moment. Okay, so after it is installed, go to your control panel, go to device manager, and go to the ports, and make sure that you have this Denso active USB COM port, which is now COM4, because it's now installed this one, so I actually do not need to have this one, right? So I just disable one of them. So this is the COM4. So you check which COM is your COM port for this Denso USB driver. So once you have installed the driver, you may want to install the other configuration too. So this is the scanner settings. So under the scanner setting, run this app and then continue to do the installation, right? Okay, so for this one I will just skip the installation, but you just go through it step by step. Then you will be installing this driver here. Okay, so after you have installed the driver, I shall show you how to do this installation. So this is the app that will appear after you have done the installation. So it's already running at my background here. Okay, so this is the app. In this app, it allows you to configure the scanner. So like for example, the USB COM, what are some of the settings? By default, you can just use the default setting, or you can just say set to default all items. After default all items, and we are going to want to capture the image, so we just click on here to say that when we scan, we will also capture the image. After you've done this, I will just update the setting to the scanner. Okay, so there's some voice and say update is completed. So that is all we need to do for the setting. We just use all the default setting and just select the option of capturing image. Then this should be done. Okay, so open up the demo application over here in the root folder, demo application, and then you will see there's a bin folder under debug, and you can run this exe file. So when you run this exe file, the very first thing is this is just a demo, right? In the future version it will be much more improved. This is just to test. So first of all, specify the COM port, which in this case is COM4. So I press the start. In this, then we will put in something, a card or something, right? You notice that when you put in a card right now, by default, you will do the scan by itself, but for non-passport, you will not capture the image. So in this case, I can just press to do the capturing image. I'll just press the capture, and then of course it will detect it, and then after that you will capture the image, and then I can, once I'm done with this, I just stop. Okay, so I can open up the image folder. So this is the image that is being saved. Okay, so yeah, so then you can stop it, and then you start with another card. So maybe I will throw in another card, and then you press the start button. Of course, at this moment it will start to auto scan, because okay, so again I just press the capture button, and then of course it does a scan and also capture the image. So this is the image. So yeah, then after that you can just stop it, or you can just, yeah, you can just stop it, right? Then you repeat it for other cards. So similarly for passport, you do the same thing. Okay, but in future, of course, we will improve the software such that, like, maybe when you put it in, and then when you press one button, you will just scan, and then you will just finish up the scanning, and then you will stop by itself. So this is how you do. So start, and then capture it, and then after stop, and then you can try another card. Start, and then capture, stop, and then just repeat this demo program, a very simple demo program, right? So once you follow these steps, you will be able to run the demo program. So if you want to develop the application by yourself, there is this library here. So inside the demo, there is the source code, which is, this one is in C# application. So you open up this file, then you will be able to follow the sample, but the API is actually in this folder, passport image. The SDK is inside here in the Windows. Yeah, so the SDK is depending on which framework you're using, and this is the documentation for how to call the framework. So this is a C# calling, and this is a C++. All right, the library for C++. This is the library for C#. Okay, so this is the SDK library. Okay, so if you have any problem with this, you can come back to me. Otherwise, if you follow the steps in this video, you should be able to run the demo application.